Good morning and a happy Monday morning. God, I just love this. A big thank you to Linda on Twitter for this picture. There's a lot to cover as usual. We have an update to this whole thing of what happened in Colombia, and then we're moving into our stories for today. As usual, like I said, a lot to cover. So let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off with the Global Ministerial Conference on Ending Violence Against Children that took place in Bogota, Colombia, November 7th and 8th. That was why Harry and Meghan put out that speech that they put out. The link to it is in the description box. There's a video. It goes on for hours and hours and hours. And I want to show you what happened when Harry and Meghan popped up on the screen. So when you go to the website, there's a link to their YouTube video, and it goes for, like I said, 9 hours. But if you go to 3 hours and 30 minutes, that's when they pop up. Now, one of my subscribers wrote this to me and said it looked like their video was cut into the video from Colombia's live event. I don't speak Spanish, and obviously the sound has been removed for copyright purposes, but apparently the video was introduced for Champions for Children, and that's when Harry and Meghan popped up. And as you can see, the interpreter basically just, walks away. So it was at this point that they continued on with their word salad speech. Their body language is not good. They look like they can't stand to be near each other. And Harry looks very, very uncomfortable. And of course, we've discussed this in previous videos. This was absolutely pre-done, pre-recorded, speech that was then, shown in Colombia. She also pointed out that there was a parent there, apparently representing Archwell, who talked about how her child bought drugs off the street, but points out that's got nothing to do with online bullying. Exactly. The one thing that really hit out for people was that Harry and Meghan were wearing poppies on their chest. Remember, that's for the symbol of remembrance for the fallen soldiers. But considering that Harry doesn't like our First Amendment and he thinks it's bonkers, and yet here he is wearing poppies, which is a symbol of remembrance for people who gave their all fighting for freedom. Total hypocrite. You know who's really paying attention though? You guys. Because you're watching the video, you're looking at Harry and Meghan's poppies, and you're realizing something's wrong. This subscriber of mine pointed out that Harry's poppy was upside down. She wasn't the only one. This subscriber of mine pointed out that the leaf is supposed to be at 11 p.m., not 1 p.m., so Harry is wearing it incorrectly. To me, that just shows his complete disregard. He literally just pinned the thing on to have it on and went ahead with his video. I wanted to double check, so I looked it up online, and it does say that the leaf should be pointing to 11 a.m. You are absolutely correct. I did look, however, and Catherine, Princess Diana, and William in the past have had leaves going straight up and down, which is at the 12 o'clock spot. So I'm not sure what all of that is about, but okay, gotta be fair. Blind Item then came out talking basically about the body language and the way these two looked standing next to each other during their video message. And other people have noticed as well. Articles are coming out saying their united front may not be as solid as they want you to believe it is. They looked very awkward. There was a lot of nonverbal messaging about their relationship. It's so funny because this person said the same thing I said, that their entire thing was choreographed. When Harry put his arm around Meghan, supposedly, his arm was very stiff. Their bodies were not close. Every single move they made, I think, was staged. Every move. Harry appeared very, very somber, and I believe that part of that is because it's time for the cenotaph and the laying of wreaths. Remember that time that Harry asked the Queen to lay a wreath after he was no longer a working royal, and when she said no, he went to the cemetery days before, remember, with the fashion photographer, and they took those horrible photos while they trampled on American graves while she was in high heels, and then they released them deliberately. You guys know exactly what I'm saying. If he's having any regrets at this time, it's because he's not laying a wreath at the cenotaph. This is a man who can't even bother to put his poppy pin on the correct direction. You guys know what I'm saying. All right, let's move on because an older story has reared its head. Next up, I told you guys, when people are watching our videos and using them, here you go. An expert is now claiming that Meghan Markle had Lilibet's name copyrighted before she was even born, even though, don't forget, Harry and Meghan supposedly asked permission to call their daughter that, but we know that that didn't happen that way. But I mean, my gosh, you guys, I showed you this how many years ago? It's like they're just now catching up to the information. Naomi Sky 15 put this up, and I've shown this to you a gazillion times. Yes, she copyrighted her name, Princess Meghan Markle. She copyrighted Archie's name, and she copyrighted Lily's name before Lily was even born, before they asked the Queen, can we use your name? Okay, and we know how that went. They said, can we use your name? The Queen thought it was Elizabeth, not Lilibet. We know what happened. Moving on. All right, here we go. You guys remember back in 2022 when they claimed that Prince Harry found a new father figure with David Foster. Remember David Foster, the musician? And supposedly he and his wife became close friends with Harry and Meghan. That's all we heard about. Catherine McPhee is David Foster's wife, and she's the one who described it like father and son. You guys remember that? They were spotted at one polo game back in 2022. It was rumored that Foster and McPhee are the ones who helped Harry and Meghan get that mansion in Canada when they left the UK in 2020. They were the ones who helped them find the rental home in Victoria, British Columbia, while they looked for their permanent place in California. And he told the Daily Mail back in 2020 that he was honored to help them. I find it interesting what he said. I'm quoting, "They are a young, modern family, and I'm sure they want to balance their commitment to the crown and be a 2020 family." Okay, you have not seen any pictures of them together since then. Supposedly they're so cute and close together, but you haven't seen anything since then. David Foster just had his 75th birthday celebration. We are talking a celebration like you just would not believe. Remember, he does music. That's what he does. So he had a party. Josh Groban, Michael Bublé, huge people were at this party at the Hollywood Bowl, which had been sold out for his birthday party. Obviously, not everybody there was a musician, but he had an unbelievable party with family and friends. It was a who's who of elites at this party, but no Harry and Meghan were to be seen. For those of you who don't know, they met back in 2006 on season 5 of American Idol. He was her mentor. But then in 2017, they started dating. She denied anything was going on back then in 2017. She simply said that they were close friends. They'd been friends a long time. She was really fond of him. He was an incredible person, and people can say whatever they want. But by 2018, it became obvious that they were dating, and they were at the Met Gala together, and yeah, it was really nice. But July of 2018, he finally popped the question with a huge diamond, and they got married. And by the way, just to show you how all of these people link together, in 2018, they were with Simon Cowell when he got his star on the Walk of Fame. And also, here they are at Elton John's Oscar viewing party in 2018. So they know Elton John. Then in June of 2019, they got married at a church in London, which I think is just phenomenal. And then, of course, in October of 2020, it was announced that they were expecting their first child together. She had a little boy, an adorable little boy she named Rennie. And they seem to have a charmed life. The thing is, she's had birthday parties for that little boy. Pictures have come out. No Harry, Meghan. They have not been seen together for a long time. So I think whatever friendship they had went away, just like all the other friendships. So it looks like Harry and Meghan once again were absent from a huge Hollywood Pals birthday bash. They absolutely would have been invited to this if they had had any kind of a relationship. Now then, something was printed that caught my attention. I believe Richard Eden wrote this. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's where it came from. And he said, what is going on with Harry and Meghan? Because not only were they not at the party, but there was no, we're sorry, we can't make it message. There was nothing, you know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't they have been there if he was the father figure to Prince Harry? Maybe they're like everybody else. They're sick of Harry and Meghan showing up to everything because then she makes it all about her. She stops and takes pictures and, runs around and then leaks things online. Maybe they actually wanted David to be the center of attention, and that's why. Or maybe they're just sick of them and their behavior towards the royal family and they just decided not to invite them. That's what I think. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. Go down into the description box where you will find the link after you've left your comments to video number 2. Click that link and follow me over. You're not going to want to miss it. Let's go.